This all started when my youngest sibling stumbled across something on her phone. He was just borrowing it to play games when a notification popped up from someone with the name Babe. Out of curiosity, and maybe a little suspicion, he clicked on it, and that's when everything began unraveling. Turns out the message was from her former boss. To give some context, this so-called woman is 40 years old, while her ex-boss, the one messaging her and sending her money, is in his 80s. Disgusting, right? Meanwhile, my dad works tirelessly, pretty much 24/7. He's the definition of discipline and dedication. He's always been there for us, providing for us, loving us, making sure we're comfortable and happy. He does everything for this family. On the other hand, this woman doesn't even have a job. She spends most of her time at the mall, shopping for herself, and she's been an absent mother ever since we were born. She's selfish, narcissistic, and toxic. None of this is new, but catching her in the act of cheating with a literal sugar daddy just takes it to another level. We couldn't just let it go, so I told my sibling to dig deeper. We checked her phone, and at first her messages seemed clean. But she must have thought she was clever because she deleted the incriminating texts. Little did she know, you can check the recently deleted section. That's where we found the proof. We recovered messages where her ex-boss was calling her B and sending her money. There was even a payment receipt with a significant amount of money from him. This isn't even the first time. She has a history of cheating on my dad, and her late mother and sister always helped cover for her. They enabled her behavior, and honestly, that entire side of the family is toxic. Once this chaos settles, we've decided we're cutting ties with them for good. The problem now is whether we should tell my dad immediately or wait. He's currently on a business trip, and we're afraid that if we drop this bomb on him while he's away, it could break him. He's at the peak of his career, and we don't want him to spiral into old drinking habits that he worked so hard to overcome. It's heartbreaking because their wedding anniversary is this weekend, and the timing just makes everything worse. We're leaning toward telling our uncle, my dad's brother, first. He's always been a level-headed person, and we think he can help us figure out the best way to approach this. But it's still so overwhelming. My sibling who found out is just a kid. The rest of us are in college, dealing with our own stress and responsibilities, and this has completely blindsided us. I can't even describe how I feel. Angry, hurt, disgusted, all of it, I guess. She's not just betraying my dad, she's betraying our entire family. Everything my dad has worked so hard for, everything he's sacrificed, and this is how she repays him? It makes me sick to my stomach. What kind of person even does this? To sneak around with an 80-year-old man, knowing full well how much my dad does for us, and to lie to our faces while pretending everything is fine. And then there's the guilt, this constant voice in my head questioning if we're handling this the right way. Should we confront her first? Should we protect my dad from this for as long as we can? Or is it better to rip the Band-Aid off now so he can deal with it and move on? We're torn. On one hand, my dad deserves to know the truth. He's the one being wronged here, and he has every right to make decisions about his life with all the facts. On the other hand, we're scared of how it'll affect him emotionally and mentally. He's such a strong person, but everyone has a breaking point, and we don't want to push him past his. I feel like I'm stuck between protecting my dad and keeping our family from falling apart. It's a no-win situation. And then there's the guilt of not noticing sooner. Looking back, there were probably signs, but we brushed them off because we didn't want to believe she was capable of something like this. We're still figuring out what to do, but one thing is clear. Once this is out in the open, she's out of our lives. No more excuses, no more enabling, no more toxic behavior. I just hope my dad can find the strength to move past this and realize he deserves so much better.